Okay, so we are making black bean meatloaf today, and I have everything set out that we're going to need. I've got some seasonings over here, and I'm making this for dinner, so it's just a small meatloaf, but I'm going to put the full recipe down in the bottom in the description box in the bottom. So just click show more at the bottom of this video and you'll see the full recipe, full measurements, because I'm halving the recipe for this today because I'm not going to eat a whole big meatloaf. So I'm making half of the recipe. But anyways, this is everything that we're going to need. We've got some black beans here that I've just mashed up. We've got some onions, green peppers, tomato paste or either sun-dried tomatoes pureed with a little bit of water. I've got some minced garlic that I put in the tomato mixture here. You're going to need some breadcrumbs or either crushed walnuts. I'm using crushed walnuts today. Cornstarch, veggie broth, some Worcestershire sauce, and we've got some seasonings here, salt and pepper, oregano, and you can use miso if you do not want to use salt. So I'm going to actually go ahead and take my peppers over there to the aisle over there, and I'm going to stir fry my peppers with my veggie broth, probably some salt, pepper, basil, maybe a little Worcestershire sauce. Go ahead and stir fry that on the aisle and then bring it back and assemble our meatloaf all together. Okay, so I sauteed my onions and my green peppers in some veggie broth. Then I added 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put the measurements at the bottom. Like I said, I'm making a small batch of meatloaf today. But then I put some tomato paste or either your sun-dried tomatoes with water mixture in here with my minced garlic. And then I put a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce in here in our little mixture. So I just kind of added all the liquid ingredients into it, so I don't need any more of that anymore. But like I said, I'm going to put all of this in the description box. Once again, we're making black bean meatloaf, and I really think that you're going to love this. So I'm going to go ahead and just assemble the meatloaf. Now, I remember I was not really good at cooking meatloaf, and I remember I got some tips from my mom, and I saw this recipe by Barefoot Contessa, and ever since then, my meatloaves have just been so delicious and so savory. And I remember I used to make it with turkey burger more, but now I'm using beans just so I can have a plant-based version. And doing it with the beans is just as tasty and savory as doing it with the ground turkey. So this is just a great option if you don't want to eat meat, or if you're vegetarian, or if you want to take a break to make meatloaf and still have that savory, delicious dish that's so popular in our culture without the meat. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my breadcrumbs, which is crushed walnuts. I think they're going to add a little bit more flavor to the dish. In some oregano, some nutritional yeast, black pepper, salt, and now we want to add in some cornstarch because we don't have any eggs in this recipe, so we're just going to add in a bit of cornstarch here, about a couple tablespoons. I'm going to eyeball it. I usually like tapioca starch, but this is all I have, but it's non-GMO. You want to make sure that if you use cornstarch, it's non-GMO. So just mixing this in to help the meatloaf bind, and like I said, we're not using eggs, so we want to have a substitute, whether it's flax eggs or whether it's cornstarch, whatever it may be, we want to have a substitute. Let me check my camera here. We are still on air. But yeah, it is a beautiful day, guys, and I have to say it's just been a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining, and I'm just so grateful to be alive. So I have me here a little loaf pan with some parchment paper in here. I'm just going to go ahead and put my meatloaf in here. Really quick, simple, easy recipe, guys. Not too complicated at all. This probably could use a little bit more breadcrumbs, but that's okay. I think I'm going to keep it just this way. So I'm just mashing this out here. And like I said, go with the texture. If you want, you know, you can throw in a little bit more breadcrumbs in here just to give it a more solid texture. Right now it's a little more creamy, but that's okay. Just making me a little block in here for the meatloaf. And then I'm going to take, yes, but you can use ketchup for this part, but I'm just going to go ahead and just put a layer of this over my meatloaf here, my Blackbean loaf. It's going to be delicious. I don't know anyone that doesn't love meatloaf, but I'm sure there's some people out there, and I just have a question for you. How is it possible that you don't love meatloaf? Like, you probably are not even watching this video if you don't like it. Okay, so we've got that up there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some black pepper because I just love black pepper on top of my stuff. And I'm gonna throw on a little bit more of oregano. And I think we got enough sauce up here for our little meatloaf. So I'm gonna put this meatloaf, black bean loaf, into the oven. I will put how long I bake this and everything at the bottom in the description box with the recipe, so don't worry about that, because I kind of got to eyeball it right now because I haven't really cooked this a lot. So I'm going to try maybe 30-35 minutes and then maybe see how much longer it needs to cook. But I will see you guys back when this is finished and I'm ready to eat dinner. Like I said, I did a half a batch, and let me just say that this kitchen smells amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm gonna add some more ketchup on top, or some of my paste. For this to be beans, it is a tasty meatloaf. The smell of it, a taste of it. This is my other sister. She says, hey. I'm gonna have to start bringing my sisters on to taste the food with me because they love it. They do. They love it. You love it, right? This is a really good meatloaf, guys. Made just with black beans. It is so delicious. Compared to when I made it with turkey burger, it is still delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So guys, please make this meatloaf. Try it out. I promise you that you will love it. And I'm going to enjoy my Sunday, eat this for dinner with some rice and veggies, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. Have a wonderful, fabulous day. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.